looks a little bit better. So here it is, way overdue video, build breakdown of my 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse, the first car I ever bought. I bought this car whenever I was 15 years old. That's 15 years ago. If any of y'all want to know how old I am, do the math. Yeah, so I've had this car for 15 years, and as y'all saw right now, on the first try, it fired right up. That's even after the car setting for probably since the beginning of the year, to be real with you guys. And this car is probably not what you guys are expecting. I'm gonna show you guys everything about the car and tell you everything that's done to the car. First things first, the car is originally white. So whenever I open the hood, when I open the doors, you guys see that it is white. But this red, for all my OG subscribers, y'all know that this is actually a plasti dip or liquid wrap. But yeah, the only issues with plasti dip, which I've done I've done a few jobs with plasti dip. This car was anthracite gray, my Mustang was pearl white, and then I did this one, and this is called real red. Plasti dip is cool for like the first few months, but then once it starts to, if you let it sitting outside, it's gonna get ruined, and stains are really hard to get out. You know, I could easily stand far away from the car and make it seem like the car's perfect, but it's not. Plasti dip requires a lot of maintenance, in my personal opinion, compared to vinyl wrap. Is it cheaper? Yeah, but I don't have the time to keep up with it. For example, you guys see all that haze stuff? See, it's dry, but in order to get rid of that, you have to put some wax stuff, some wax that is made for this plasti dip, or you can do some dip wash, I don't know. Anyways, long story short, it looks really good, but after having my Supra wrapped and then me wrapping this one, I'll stick to vinyl wrap from now on. So as I said before, 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse. I actually went through several phases with this car. You guys remember that Fast and the Furious body kit, the green Eclipse? I had that body kit on this car. And then I had a wing that was huge. Imagine like the Supra wing, like the original turbo Supra wing, but taller. It looked like the car from Cars, you know, the triple deck wing. But yeah, but I grew out of that phase, you know, took the body kit off and I went to the original bumpers, 97 front and rear, side skirts, all that stuff. And then just recently, I think last year, I did the front lip and then the little covers here for the fog lights, since I don't have fog lights. Pretty much stock from the inside, just have the little gauges here. My baby was in here and I think he busted the tray open. But yeah, so I've had this car for a very long time. I got a little subwoofer from the back, it's really dirty, so I'm not even gonna open that up. But now, the one thing that most of y'all want to see, and probably the one thing that most of y'all didn't expect. So let me start off first by saying this. So since I've had this car for 15 years, you guys can imagine that I did quite a bit to it. But the thing is that I did quite a bit to it the first few years I owned it. So by the time I got out of high school, the car had a fully built motor. Fully built. This car has a 2.0 motor, but it is bored over, it's bored 20 over, so it's, you know, a little bit bigger. So just to give y'all a rundown, it has H-beam rods, Wiseco pistons, cleave-it bearings, Crower turbo stage 2 cams, super tech valve train, you know, the springs and retainers, a precision SC61 old school turbo 61 millimeter, custom intercooler piping. It's got a full 3-inch exhaust, but it does have like a muffler in the center and then the big can in the back, so it's very quiet, which I think we might do a straight pipe later. I'm not sure. You guys tell me what you want. Tell me if you want to hear that. But yeah. Oh, and it's got a center force dual friction clutch. So You guys want to see it? It's not what you expect. Bam! I told you. This is not a GSX. This is not a GST. I was 15 years old. I mean, I got a job when I was, I think when I had first turned 15. I got a job when I first turned 15, like right away after I turned 15. And I worked for a few months and I bought this car off my brother. So it was either this car or get one of those old school Lexus IS 200 or 300, something like that, like a big body 4-door car. But being a fan of the Fast and Furious, I got this car. So no GSX, no GST, no 4G63. This is a NA 420A motor. This is as base as it can get. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I don't even have power windows. See, roll up. For all you kids watching, you just turn that and the windows go up or down. But yeah, see, a lot of people wouldn't realize that the motor is really dirty, so I am gonna clean it up. I mean, it's been sitting for a long time. But yeah, it's got an HKS super sequential blow-off valve, tile wastegate, precision turbo, so it's got good parts. You know, back then, which was, you know, over 10 years ago, whenever I built the motor, this is a fully built motor. It should hold maybe 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower, I think, maybe more. But whenever I built this car, when I built the motor, I probably spent around $7,000, and honestly, that's a lot. I'm pretty sure I could probably build it with half the amount now with the prices that we have today. But yeah, that is my fully built turbo DSM. And as far as like wheels and suspension, it's got some, I don't know, whatever wheels I found on Craigslist. Some Enki, these are Enki brand wheels, cross trail slider rotors all the way around, and it's got Ibach Sportline springs, and I had Tokiko shocks, but whatever's on here is some cheap brand that I found on Rock Auto. But it sits really nice. I love that. I love the stance. That's why I've never gotten rid of these coilovers. I mean, that's why I've never gotten rid of these springs, because it's just perfect. But ever since I put on that front lip, it just hits everywhere. So if anybody's got some coilovers for this car, you want to sell them, hit me up. You know, I did think about doing like an Evo swap, or doing something rowdy, like doing maybe like an LS swap, you know, making a rear wheel drive, doing something crazy. But I decided not to. The car's gonna stay as it is. The car is super reliable at this point. And you know, despite the fact that through the years, whenever I was building this car, so many people said, oh, those motors suck, those 420 motors suck, they're terrible, don't spend your money on them. Well, how many years? The motor has been built for about 13 years. So if they're that bad, how am I still driving it? How does it still fire up like that? It is you know, a car that you could probably pick up for maybe $900 right now and then build it. The reason I haven't gotten rid of it is because this car kind of reminds me of where I came from, where I started. Yes, I understand that I have this car, that I have my Supra, you know, the other Supra, but we all start somewhere, and I really do enjoy driving this car. It just kind of takes me back, you know, the good old simple days whenever I used to just cruise around all the time. I used to just drive around all the time without having anything else better to do. It's a really fun car, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and start giving this car a little bit of TLC. As y'all can see, these headlights are super bad. I tried to sand and clear them myself. Big no-no. Look at that. Why do you think I bought new headlights for that? I wasn't gonna go through all that trouble. So I got some new headlights for it, and make the front end look a lot better. You know, I've never ever done a short throw shifter on a 4-cylinder car, so I think I'm gonna buy one, and I'll record that and install it, and show you guys my impressions. See if I missed out for the last 15 years. Maybe I should have bought that a long time ago. But tell me what y'all think. Crazy, huh? You guys didn't expect that? You guys thought because I had a 1400 horsepower Supra, all these other cars, you thought I was gonna have like the best of the best? No. We all start somewhere. Oh, it has ARP head studs. I just remember because of the big ass sticker I put on here a long time ago. If you guys want to know anything about it, feel free, drop me a comment on the video, give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and please consider subscribing because I need the help right now. I need to fix the Supra. On the next video, I am gonna go ahead and take this car over here for a spin. I owe you guys a POV of a big turbo straight pipe Supra, and that's gonna be the next one. So until then, I'll catch you on the next video. Later.